Hi everyone, we are really happy to be with you on this Tuesday.
In Matthew 16:3, Jesus criticizes the religious leaders by noting that they who know how to interpret the signs of the skies for coming weather don't know how to interpret the signs of the time for the coming of God. In our church, we have this book club, which is reading a book called How to Inhabit Time. One of its themes is that if we want to figure out where we are in life, we need to not just ask where are we, but when are we? We are at any particular point, any moment, in a flow of time. Our past does not determine us, but it impacts us. Our future does not mean an irrevocable destiny for us, but it also impacts us by creating hope or fear in us. And if we believe in God, there is someone at the end that is calling us forward. And there may even be our best self calling us forward to meet our best self. At this point in the history of this church and in our lives as well, we're trying to figure out not only where we are, but when we are. As a church, we're coming out of the pandemic. We're not returning to the world we knew before the pandemic. People are interested in spiritual things, but generally not interested in institutionalized religion or church. And so we're trying to figure our ways. And in our personal lives, we're in a time we're trying to figure out both where we are and when we are.
For instance, my father died last week, and so as we're processing that and working with family to work everything out, and I was called for jury duty this week, and so I'd made plans in my life to make sure things were getting covered this week for jury duty, and it turns out God wasn't having me get this week covered for jury duty, but rather for the things of my family. And it's about, with our time being open to how the Lord's leading, and we might think we're doing something for one reason, but God has something else in store and is getting us lined up for that which is in line. And I'm very thankful that I was supposedly to have jury duty this week, that I had things in line that I could then deal with some things with the family that I needed to do.
Because the times are changing and so unique, we can't just resort to working harder or working more. There's a discernment of where we are and when we are.
We have to be sensitive with our time. So we have to have this alertness with the time that we have at hand.
And we also have to listen before we speak and do some things. So we've got a group of elders who are studying what's going on in the culture at large, so that we can meet them where they are and communicate the gospel of Jesus Christ, which doesn't change, in a way that needs to be changed in order to catch their hearing and their consideration and maybe their hearts.
May you reflect upon your time this week with the Lord, and we look forward to being with you next week. Take care. God bless.
God
Bye-bye.
bless you.